friends, welcome to Yvonne's Corner. I'm Yvonne and this is my corner, so make yourselves at home. I am an actress and hypnotherapist, and here on YouTube I bring you videos with tips on relationships, mental health, law of attraction, and anything you need to make your life better. And on Saturdays I bring you some juicy gossip and chismes and stories about my life and other people's lives. And today I have tips for you. I just turned 29 and I thought it would be appropriate to give you some of my thoughts on the things I learned in my 20s. I know my 20s are not over yet. I still have one more year, but I want to use these learnings and these experiences to make this last year the best year of my 20s and to end it, to close the decade with a bang. And I thought I would share it with you because no matter what age you are, it doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, you can still learn from these things. They are still valuable at whatever age, but especially these are the things that I would have liked for someone to tell me on my early 20s or during my whole 20s. And these are the things I had to learn by myself. Some of them you may have heard before, some of them you may haven't, but either way, they are the best tips of the lessons I learned in my 20s. Here we go. The first lesson I learned in my 20s is this too shall pass. And yes, we may have heard it before, you may have not heard it before, but this is so important, especially in my 20s and my teens years, that I didn't fully comprehend. I've heard it before, but I didn't really understand it until now. And it is that when you are in the midst of something, especially the hard times, we tend to think that's it. We tend to see it as this is just horrible, I'm in this hole and there's no way out. But we forget that even if it's obvious and everyone says it, time does heals everything and nothing stays the same. For better or for worse, nothing stays the same. So if you're having a hard time, just know that it will pass too. So it's just a matter of how you deal with it and the steps you take moving forward that will determine if it passes like normal or like a kidney stone. But it will pass, okay? And just like the bad things pass, the good things too. So focus on today. Enjoy today. Just this 24 hours, that's what you have. The future will come, the past is gone. But if you focus on one day at a time, it will be much easier in the hard times because it will pass anyways. Just focus on surviving today, and in the good times because you will be able to enjoy today and to be like embracing and fully living it because it will pass too. So if you're in a good space, enjoy it. And you know, like in Spanish there's this word like saborear, like just fully enjoy it because it will pass too. Nothing is permanent, everything changes. So lesson number 2 is make an effort to keep in touch because nothing lasts forever. Everything passes, especially people. You know, you don't have anything secure. So don't take anything for granted. Call someone, call that old friend that you haven't spoken to. I'm guilty of that. I just get so wrapped up in my own head and my own problems in my own day-to-day life that I forget to keep in touch with my friends, with my family. So I am learning more and more that even if you're far, I live in the US, my friends are in Mexico, my family's in Mexico, I have some friends in the US too, but I'm just learning that it's so important to keep in touch, and just a text, just a voicemail, a voice memo, anything you can send, a message, anything you can send to actually keep in touch. Not just liking their photos or commenting, that's fine too, but like a personal message that says I'm thinking of you goes such a long way, and it keeps that relationship, even though you're far or you haven't seen each other in a while, it keeps it fresh and it keeps it, you know, in their minds and in their hearts. And it's really important to show how much you love people now, today, not tomorrow, today. So the third lesson that I learned is follow your dreams now. Nothing is granted, nothing is secure. Whenever I wanted to be an actress, people were like, why don't you get a normal job? Why don't you get a secure job? You need a secure income. And then 2020 happened and nobody had a secure income. Nobody had a secure job. Yeah, some people didn't lose their job, some people just changed or whatever, but a lot of people did. And a lot of people that had thought that their income was secure, that their job was for sure, and didn't follow a passion because it was too volatile. And then 2020 happened and it's like, whoa, shit. Life is volatile anyway. So let me tell you, especially if you're in your 20s, but at any age really, follow your dreams. What gives you joy? What makes you jump? What makes you passionate about life and you can spend hours and hours doing that you wouldn't even care? Go follow that. Go find a way to monetize that, to do that, because life is so short. No one has anything for granted today, and we saw it more this year than ever, but it's always been like that. Even if you have a normal job, you can be laid off, that company can close. It's not in your control, so make sure you follow what you want, what makes you happy, and what makes you passionate. Life needs more of that. The world needs more people who are passionate about what they do and successful about something they're passionate at. I just love people who are passionate, who love what they do, who strive for greatness in whatever field that might be, whatever it is. I'm not talking about like just acting or creative work. It could be anything as long as it makes you passionate. Go follow it. It's never too late. It's never too early. And the lesson number 4 for this, which is funny because I just talked about passion, is it's okay to not feel passionate all the time. What? That's so contradictory. Yes, I know, that's what I thought too. In my life, I thought that I always had to be passionate about what I do, and that every day of every year, of every month of my life, every hour, I needed to be so excited to act and to follow my dreams and to be so passionate and not discouraged. And whenever I felt discouraged, I felt like I'm failing at life and what the freak is wrong with me? I'm supposed to be passionate. So let me tell you, it's okay not to be passionate every day. It's okay to have bad days. You will have bad days. You will have bad days. You will have some days where you're not as passionate, when you're not as motivated. Because motivation, you cannot rely on motivation, because motivation is never that reliable. Things can happen. You can have an argument with someone. You can have a bad day. You can have your hormones all over the place, and you won't feel as excited or as passionate. That's why it's good to have systems instead. And I have other videos about that. But just so you know, it's okay if today you don't feel passionate about what you're doing. Take a step back, take time to think, why am I not passionate? What's really going on? Is it the thing that I'm doing that I just don't love anymore? Is it other things around it? How can I re-spark that joy? It's possible. Just find your own way. But just know that it's okay if you're not passionate about it 24/7. Lesson number 5. Turns are part of the path. This was such a tongue twister for me. What do I mean? Sometimes we have a goal. We have a destination. We think, I want to be an actress, right? Me. But then something happens that it's like a detour, and we think that's it. We think it's over. Just because I got out of the path that I was going, we think it's over. But sometimes we forget that turns are also part of the path. They're also part of the way. A U-turn may be necessary sometimes, and that's okay. And just because you have a little detour and you learn an important lesson here, it does not mean that you're not going to get there. Enjoy this detour and enjoy being here. I have a friend who, if you're watching, you know who you are. He wants to be an actor, right? And he wanted to live in LA. Something happened, the pandemic, whatever. A lot of things happened, that he had to move back home. Instead of seeing that as that's it, my dreams are over, which a lot of us would have done, a lot of us would do. If you think about it like, okay, this is just a detour. I'm going to get there eventually. What can I learn here, where I'm at right now? And how can I make this part of my journey to still get to where I want to go? So just remember that. Some turns are part of the destination too. Lesson number 6, save money. Get smart with money. Learn to invest, to save, to make money. Learn about money. I don't know about you, but me, I never learned about money. No one really told me about saving. No one really told me exactly what's a budget. I did not learn anything about money, right? I don't know why it's also such a a weird subject that people don't talk about and that you don't teach your children. You should freaking teach your children to save money, to be good with money, to have good credit, to, you know, like, it's so important. But if you didn't have that, like I didn't, it's never too late to start learning, especially in your 20s, because at any age, but especially in your 20s, because it's going to become so handy in the future. And I know you may be in your early 20s and you may be like, I don't care, I don't need to learn it right now, I'm going to do the struggle student for a while, or the struggle artist for a while. But you need to learn about money. It's so important for so many things. Learn to invest, learn to use your money wisely, to save it, to invest it, to budget. Budget is so important. I have an app I use for budgeting. They're not sponsoring me at all. It's called everydollar.com. It's from Dave Ramsey. Also, look at his videos if you like them. Look at there's a lot of YouTube videos on finances and investment, like helping you to learn those things. So definitely get smart about money now, because you will need it later in life, or your whole life for that matters. So the next lesson is trust your gut. You're not crazy. There were so many times in my life where I had a feeling that something was up, or that person was not great, or something like that I should not do this, and I still did it. I did not trust myself, or people told me, you're crazy, you're imagining things, you're crazy. And I doubted myself so much, and I got out of touch with my own intuition so much that I got in trouble. I got in so much trouble. I learned the lessons, but I could have avoided them if I had trusted my gut. Just because you need to learn a lesson does not mean you need to have pain through that lesson, okay? There's so many ways life can teach you a lesson, and it's not necessarily have to be the hard way. Sometimes the hard way is because we choose it, because we don't listen to our own intuition, and that's okay. Just learn it. And for that comes my next lesson. Full body yes or full body no's. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. We need to learn. In order to trust our intuition, we need to know our own cues and our own gut. And to know it, we need to experience. So a really good trick that I learned to know how to do it, that I watched on a YouTube video from, I will link it down below if you want to see it, but I watched it on a YouTube video, and it's amazing, from Sunny. I can never pronounce her last name, so I'm just going to say Sunny. I'm sorry, I can never pronounce her last name. I can never pronounce her last name, but she's the founder and the creator of YouTube for Bosses. That it's amazing. Anyway, I'm back to the point. Full body yes, full body no's. Okay, one thing you can do is so in order to start learning what you want and what you don't want, learn what you like and what you don't like, start small. Write down a list of things you know for sure you don't like. Could be food, could be anything you know for sure you don't like, and things you know for sure you like. The easiest way is food. Literally, like, do you like peas? Do you like beans? Do you like, what do you like? What do you don't like? And then think about the thing that you don't like and analyze your body. How does it feel like? Where does it feel like in your body? Like in your chest and your tummy, like, ugh? Or is it like shivers? Is it like, what is it? And start paying attention to those cues. Because when you make a decision, when you come across a person, when you need to make a decision in your business, in your life, listen to that. Take time to ask yourself, do I want to do this, or what about this thing? And listen to your body and your emotions, not your mind. Your mind is going to trick you. Your mind can tell you a lot of things based on what you learn and things like that, but your body will not lie to you. Your emotions are there to guide you. So full body yes, full body no's. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So wait until it's a hell yes to do something, but don't wait too long, because then you know what I mean. Just make sure it's a hell yes when you want to do something important. My next lesson is, it's never too late and it's never too early to do anything in life. It's never too late to learn a skill, to start your dream job, to find the right person, to love someone, and it's never too early. Sometimes we think that, oh, I'm not experienced enough, I don't know how to do this, so I should not try it, I'm too young, it's too early to start thinking investing, it's too early to start thinking about money, I'll worry about it later. It's never too early. It's never too late. It's never too early to learn what you need to learn. or to do what you want to do. Even if you need experience, you will gain the experience as you do it. And it's never too late, no matter how old you are, no matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, never too late to do what you want. Because the time is now, today. There's so many people that are in their 50s, 60s, late, 70s, that are learning new skills and learning new things that are being successful. So you never know. If you ever need some encouragement, look for people who were successful later in life. Go on Google and type people who are successful later in life. You will find so many inspiring stories to let you know, hey, I'm in my 20s. Literally, if they can do it, I have my whole life ahead of me. I can do it now. And the last one, and the most important lesson for me that I learned, is take care of yourself now and take care of yourself first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. We already have heard that, but have you really actually done it? Do you really know what it means to take care of yourself first? I didn't know. So I just learned that to take care of myself first is to listen to my cues, to listen to myself, to understand where in my cycle I am, where are my hormones at, what foods make me feel good, what foods makes me feel like shit just because I want to. And sometimes mentally they make me feel good and I'll have them sometimes. But most of the time I want to fuel my body with foods that make me feel good, that give me energy. I want to fuel my body with stories, with videos, with books that give me some learnings and makes me feel good and uplift me. And also people that surround me, I make sure they make me feel good, because you are the sum of the 5 people you keep closest to you. So make sure you pick the right people for you. Take care of yourself first. If you are in an abusive relationship, in an abusive friendship, in a friendship that is toxic, start thinking it and making a plan. How can you cut it out? How can you get better friends? How can you get new friends? If you don't have anybody in your life and you're lonely and you want someone, how can you make new friends? And if you're looking to make new friends, I have a video about that here on my channel. Go check it out. I'll link it down below too. To make friends in your adulthood, even if you're shy or an introvert like me. These are the things that I would have liked for someone to tell me. So as your big sister, as your cousin, your best friend, whatever you want to call me, however you want to see me, I'm here for you and I wanted to share them with you. Let me know which one was your favorite. Write it down below. And let me know what other lessons you have that might help me and others. Let's help it. Let's build a community to uplift and help each other. And like I said, you are the sum of the 5 people you keep the closest to you. So I can be one of them. If you want to feel inspired, if you want advice, let me know. Write it down below. I want to be there for you. Also follow me on Instagram, Ivy Navarro, and on Facebook, Yvonne Navarro 1, I think. I'll link it down below. I never remember my Facebook. I don't know. I'll link it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing to my channel if you want more videos about this. Next week, I'm doing a video on the things I regret doing in my 20s. So click the notifications so you can know when I post that video and when I post every video. I post videos every Tuesday and Saturdays, and I will see you on my next one.